podcast. I'm your host, Stefan Leitner. And today I'm here with Roberto Navarro. I hope I'm pronouncing it somewhat correctly, the president of the Spanish Dodgeball Federation. It's an honor. As you said before, we were just talking that he's probably the first dodgeball player from Spain on some sort of a podcast. So this is a premiere for both of us. I've actually never really spoken to any of you guys, and I've never played against Spain up to this point, I think, at least as far as I can remember, and definitely not in the last few years where you've been sort of coming to the top spots. So what I wanted to talk to you about is the road to Limerick to this year's European Championships, and basically a little bit about your story, the history of the Spanish dodgeball program, how it developed, where it's currently at, and a little bit into the future as well. So without any further ado, Roberto, thanks for being here. How are you doing? What's going on?
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm proud to be here and to show Europe all our program, because I think that we have developed a lot. So we are ready. Sorry for my English. I think I tried to do it well, but I'm prepared.
Perfect. That will definitely be fine. It's a working process, and together we'll manage to get our points across. So, Roberto, how did you get into dodgeball, and how did dodgeball start in Spain?
Well, so the last 6-7 years ago, Max Golda sent me an email and told me that he saw something like dodgeball playing in Spain, and he knows that in Spain any one of us play Europe dodgeball, or any one of us know nothing about dodgeball Europe. So Max invited us to the Lignano European Championship tournament in Italy. Yeah. But we didn't go because it was in October, and the majority of us work as a teacher, as primary school teacher, PE teacher. So we didn't have holidays. And the next year, the next European Championship was in Newcastle, 2019, I think. Yes, yeah. In Newcastle. And there was our first competition, our debut. And it was very fun, and it was an honor. 14 people from Spain was there to play our first European Championship, and from then to now, 6 years, we have changed a lot, and I think improved a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So how did dodgeball start in Spain? Was there some sort of dodgeball variation before that, or did you play the same style of dodgeball before Max contacted you? And how did you start building a federation and get the people to the first European Championships?
Well, it's not easy. It's a tricky to explain. So let me explain the history. We play Datchball. Okay, not dodgeball. Can I spell? Is Datchball. Dodgeball. It's a modality of dodgeball with 3 balls, foam balls. Okay, only 3 foam balls, and the game was less competitive and more inclusive. I work as a PE teacher in a primary school, and in 2006, a pupil told me that he had played a game similar to dodgeball. I didn't know where, with a family, and he played with 3 foam balls, and he was very fun, and told me could play the next year, the next day in the class. Okay, let's go. I started to rule this game, but in Spain we didn't know about dodgeball. Not in Spain, the dodgeball sport is not common, it's not known, so I didn't have references. At the end, I ruled this game, and after years, from the beginning until now, we have 5,000 people in Spain playing Dodgeball around all Spain.
Wow.
Okay, and we have created the Dodgeball Federation. I am the president of the Dodgeball Federation. It's the recognized sport. We play from 6 years to adults, and it was the beginning. So we have a very big based young people playing, but from Dodgeball. And after we played in Newcastle, we tried to share the experience, to learn other people to play dodgeball with cloud balls, because for us it's not easy. Cloud dodgeball is more difficult, more tactic, but very fun too. So we started 6 years ago to learn dodgeball and to go to all competition that we can to improve and to know all dodgeball community that from the beginning we were very impressed to the honesty, to the um, a lot of mates, people very confident and kind, and we love this climb all of things about dodgeball. So we go on, and now we are around 1,050 people playing dodgeball. It's not too much, but it's the beginning. And dodgeball, that is the game that I created 20 years ago. There are 5,000 people playing. It's a very great impulse to the future, to young people that could play in the future in the Spanish Dodgeball Selection Association to play abroad.
Okay, awesome. So did you actually invent the game Dutchball or the rules that are played in Spain right now?
Yes.
Okay, so explain to me what is Dutchball and how do you play it and what's the difference to Dodgeball?
Well, dodgeball, it's more similar that dodgeball one.
Hmm.
Okay, at the beginning I didn't know about dodgeball, so I only think about the inclusive rules that could play all pupils of the class, because in our physical education class there are more levels, good levels and less levels. So I try to do a game motivated for them. Uh, the line, if a pupil, a player touch the line, is he didn't eliminate it. He's not eliminated. Okay, only the central line. It's like dodgeball. Is two sides, only a line in the middle. Okay, and two sides. Uh, we are 6 players too, but we are only mix. We don't have men or woman modality, only mix. Uh, from 6 players, we have to have two women or 2 men. So the relations could be 4-2 or 3-3 to play.
Hmm.
It's not strict like dodgeball 3-3. Okay, there's no time. You have to eliminate it to other team, and after 3 minutes, the site is a little more is less. Okay, we
Hmm.
we did it small, and three
Yeah.
minutes later we did it smaller. So at the
Ah.
end, uh, a game of dodgeball could last around 5-6 minutes, and the team that wins is the team that have three three wins. Okay, at the
Hmm.
end of the match is 3-0, 3-1, or 3-2. You have
Hmm.
to eliminate the other team 3 times.
Hmm.
At,
Okay.
if you have a catch, uh, you don't eliminate the other opponent. You save one, but not the opponent that has thrown is not eliminated. For example,
Mhm. But do you get
okay,
a
and
person back?
yes,
Okay.
A person is for my team. A person go back to the card, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the person that throw the ball is not eliminated,
Mm-hmm.
and is one of the more different. The big difference could be that the bounce of the ball could be do it. I mean,
Ah,
if
okay.
I throw the ball with bounce, it's an activated ball until they touch the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we play in a indoor zone, and
Mm-hmm.
when the ball go out to the court and touch the wall, it's not active ball, but
Mm-hmm.
between is in the court ball, bouncing is an active ball, and if you don't catch it, you are out. So if you touch the ball and then the ball touch the wall, you are out. Do you understand?
Okay, but can you
Let's
catch a ball that's,
time.
yeah, I think I do. So, but do you can catch a ball that already hit the floor? So if it bounces or if it basically
Yeah.
rolls and it didn't touch a wall and I pick it up, is it a catch?
No, not a catch. Not if only is a
Okay, so
catch
the catch has
if
to
the
be
throw.
correct.
Exacto, directly. Only catch if it's throwing directly. But the ball
Okay, yeah.
could bounce, and if the ball touches me, I'm out after
Okay.
bounce. Okay,
Yeah.
and other
Okay.
rules, more rules that do the game less strategic. Okay, less tactic,
Hmm.
fun and easy to play for
Hmm.
mm, from the 6 years to adults. So it's the the modality of dodgeball that we play in Spain around
Okay, very
all
interesting.
the
Okay. And do you play it on a volleyball-sized field, or is it dependent on how big the court is, or how big the sports facility is, or how far is the back line away from the center line?
uh, from every category we have a different card. Okay,
Hmm.
from pupils from 6 years to 10 years, they played in a card from 12 meters from too long and
Hmm.
6 meters to the other side. Okay,
Hmm. Yeah.
12 6 is the
Hmm.
is the card. Is
And the
less than
middle
a
line, so
volleyball.
it's,
The
yeah, so
middle
it's
line is
6
at six.
meters. Hmm.
Okay, 6 meter. From 10 years to 12, 14 years, it's a 1 or 2 meters more. And adults, we play very similar to dodgeball card.
Hmm.
From 18 meters, all the card, with the line in the 9 meters, okay?
Hmm. So
And
a
the
volleyball
side,
style.
yes, the side
Hmm.
was 7, 8 meters if it's possible. We
Okay.
have to adapt it, and we have to do it every weekend to take the line and to put it in every sports center, and then to kit.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, so if I understand it correctly, I summarize, it's basically three balls. You're hit out
Yeah,
either directly or if the ball touches the floor, but the catch only counts if it's going to you directly and didn't hit the floor or the wall before. If you catch a ball, the thrower isn't out, but one of your team comes back in, and the ball is only dead once it hits a wall somewhere. And you play it with six people. Two of them have to be women or a man, female or male, but it can be 3-3 or 4-2. And after 3 minutes, the size gets smaller from the side, so the field narrows down till it's really narrow, probably. And so the game is only won if you eliminate all the opponents, and then you win one set, and first two, three, one sets wins the game. Did I miss something?
exactly.
Okay. Can you
Yes,
block with a ball?
yes, of course. Yes,
Okay. And is
it's like
and
foam
is
ball. You could. Sorry,
okay, you
sorry.
can. Okay, no, no, we have a little bit of a lag, but that is fine. So you can block like in foam. Is it the same foam balls that are used in dodgeball, or are they bigger, smaller, lighter, heavier?
Now is the same because we have changed it. Okay,
Okay.
last 2 years we played with a smaller ball,
Hmm.
16 centimeters.
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's like dodgeball one because
Yeah.
we have to do it a change because the ball not was very good. And
Hmm.
after seeing the side of the dodgeball tournament one, we have changed to the same side to the actual dodgeball one rules.
Okay.
Okay, that's 18
Yeah.
centimeters is the same.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So basically, you had already grown a sport and a community of players and people who enjoy throwing balls at each other. And now you got the more sort of competitive and structured game of cloth dodgeball and could bring that to the community and people who wanted to be more maybe competitive and try the foam balls as well could switch over or do both of them. So you have a lot of fundamental structures already, which makes sense now because Spain has had such a steep rise from entering the scene in 2019, and now 5 6 years later, you're already a team that is contending for the top 5 spots. So you didn't take you long to really get the fundamentals and switch them to the cloth game and then be very competitive. So how do you see it now, Dutchball and Dodgeball in Spain? Is there a concurrence between those two, or are they just working together, both those federations, as you're both the president? And is it basically now that you start them with Dutchball and then they move into Dodgeball later on?
Well, good question. There are two modalities. I always say dodgeball it's more difficult, more tactic, it's more competitive, but it's funny, funny like dodgeball. So you have to try it. Uh, could be more injured because
Mhm.
dodgeball form is not so aggressive.
Yeah.
Form dodgeball, some fingers, okay, but cloth dodgeball uh, is more difficult to the beginning because it's hard to play. No, so we started to learn at 15 years old. The last from the beginning we started from 16 years old. After 2 years we started from 15 years old because of this and because we thought that dodgeball could be the base and for people want that they want to be to have more another sport more competitive and very important with an international competition we saw them dodgeball
Hmm.
and we created the structure in all of our not in all but in Aragon we have the center of dodgeball and we created the structure for 15 years old to play dodgeball. But after the European Junior Championship in Bologna, we started to learn them the dodgeball to the 12 years, from 12 years old, for the under 15 category, because we didn't have. But from year ago, we have been working from this because of the European Junior Championship, because it's a very important date. People who traveled there was amazing, motivated, families, the environment was very fun, and people uh, came back and then tell us we would like to go on and to play dodgeball. And maybe not, they didn't play dodgeball. Now they play dodgeball, but doesn't matter
Hmm.
because dodgeball and dodgeball for us is a way of life, active life, is relationship to know each other and to have the possibility to play tournaments. So dodgeball people and dodgeball people, all of I think all of players that play dodgeball in Spain play dodgeball,
Hmm.
but not all of the dodgeball players play dodgeball. But we try to support them to say, well, could you try it, and try and know people, know the rules. Um, for Because of this, we did the first league in Spain of dodgeball 5 years ago, and this next weekend we are going to finish them. It's the fifth league, and we try to say people, well, if maybe you don't want to play abroad, maybe you don't want to play against other countries, is not your goal. But in Spain, could you play our league? It's less competitive, of course, but we try to do it well and make you enjoy the moment, the trend and the competition. No? And this is important for us because we need to compete and to improve our level to go out to play again other countries.
Awesome. No, that sounds like a really, really good foundation where you can grow. And obviously, you did a lot out of. And it seems like you or the people around you really also are very motivated to push the sport and do all the work that is required to grow the sport that fast. So that sounds really cool. And I can't wait. I'm unfortunately not going to be at the Youth European Championships, but I'll definitely watch it. And I know our kids are absolutely looking forward to it. So that is going to be awesome. And the year after or 2 years later, the European Championships are going to be in Zaragoza as well, right? Or in
Yes,
Spain
of
at least.
course.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
hopefully, I'll
I
still be playing at that point. Then I will definitely try to go there as well and play in Spain because that looks and seems like a good environment.
I understand well. Are you don't you are going to play in Ireland?
Yeah, for sure. I will play in Ireland, but I also want to go to Spain as well.
Okay, okay, perfect. Maybe
So
I thought
hopefully,
that you are injured. Not, you are well. You are training well.
no, hopefully, so at the moment I'm injury free, knock on wood, or something,
Okay,
and feeling quite well. So we are just in the ends of our season as well. We have our league final this weekend, and then we have one more international tournament, and then obviously we're going to Limerick, and the preparations are running currently. So that's a good transition to the next topic. So, as you said, there is a great foundation and a lot of youth development as well. How is the national program at the competitive level, and how do you feel? Because obviously you came in fourth in Osijek in the mixed category and really had a tight game against Northern Ireland, and then again at Worlds in the mixed category you lost in the quarterfinal, I think, to the US as far as I can remember. I don't know how the women and the men did in that tournament, but obviously you have especially a really good mixed team, what we've been seeing for the last couple of years. So how do you feel like the progression of the national team has gone so far, and what are your steps to prepare for this year's Euros, and what are the goals?
well, the last Croatia tournament was as well, maybe a surprise because I think that we was doing things well. We were training a lot and people were very motivated. But the fourth position against Northern Ireland uh, was very important to us. And well, the match was very competitive. At the end of the match, 4 minutes later, we were 10 against, I think, 10 or 12, 12. And for us, it was a surprise because Northern Ireland was the European champions in last tournament, and was incredible players, throw-ins, dodging, a lot of tactics. Of course, England, Austria. So for us to be there, competing with them, was so it was very impressive for us. And then uh, I think people was our best players because mixed team. I think there are 6, 8 players that play very, very, very well. They are very focused. They are very competitive, and they make a good team with a lot of communication between them. We have learned a lot of strategy and to understand the game in every moment of the game, because it's not the same 6 against 6 or 4 against 4. We ask a lot of players at the beginning to understand what is this game, because 6 years ago we didn't know about this game. It's very tactical, so it's funny to understand the game. And Katy Weber, Austrian best player, MVP in New York in the World Championship, the 4 years ago, I think. She supports us a lot. She teaches a lot, and we did a communication between us, and she helped us to understand this sport. So then last words, I think we did it the best thing that we have. We really played very very well. In the first phase, we were in the first position. We beat to Australia, Francia, the other team, but Francia was the first time that we won. And of course, Australia is a potential dodgeball world best, one of the best team of dodgeball, even in fun, but in cloth. We have seen training in YouTube, and we was very impressed, and we won against them, and then we went to Belgium. Maybe the quarter final we play against USA. That I think was a dream, because play against USA is really, after 6 years, is really incredible, and I really thought that we have any possibility to win. But when youth players started to throw in balls and to move, well, I was really impressed for their game, and I think I think that we was not a good rival for them, but we tried to improve. But at the end, fifth of the world after 6 years, it's a dream. I think it's a very good position. People around Spain was so proud for this team. But we don't have only mixed team. That is the next team, of course. But we have men team that we are developed too. The female team that they are doing things very well. They won to Canada, and I think the position was between 12 position, I think. And the men, we didn't have a little of lucky, because we was in a group very difficult against Egypt, Sweden, Scotland, Ivory Coast. Was too close to win Sweden. After 2 minutes, we are winning. The same against Scotland, and there are two very good selections that they have been playing more years than us. So we are close them, and the goal for our next competition in Limerick is maybe to beat one of them, one of the six big teams of the dodgeball in Europe. I think it's our goal to show people that Spanish men team could do it.
Okay. So I can hear the clicking of the pen really loud. So if you can, that's why I made that sign, because the clicking is really loud from the speaker. It's fine. So you had a really steep progress, especially in the mix, because obviously you can use your best players there. And what I could see is that, as you said, you worked a lot on the tactics and you have the basic skill. You have players who can throw, who can catch and move really well, but you also really learned the tactics of the game quite fast. So as you said, Kati Weber helped you a lot with that. What did you do in the last 2 years to improve, and like how is the process? Who is doing the tactical analysis? How are you trying to improve the tactics of the game? Are you doing a lot of studying of other teams, or do you invent tactics yourself, or do some tactics from Dodgeball come over to Clough as well?
Well, we didn't know about Datchball, so we were helped, like I said, with to Cathy Weber. But then we try to do our way. No, we try to watch YouTube videos, a lot of match, analyze every movement, why this team throw one or two or three, or what fake they do, what movement, and we try to analyze all YouTube matches that we have played and the opponent that they are up of us because they are better than us. So we have to learn about them, and then we try to create our um, strategies, our tactics, our names, calls, like you said, no calls. It's a type a mission, no, is something that people want to know, have to know that they have to do this. If they throw, you have to do this. You have to support. You have to defend. You have to fake. Um, we have do um, meetings, uh, different people of us of our association as trainers, and they are learn to improve our tactics, and we have a group, and we saw every idea or movement or something that I have seen in Instagram or in YouTube. We before the tournament, we stayed in a weekend for train to prepare the next tournament. Sometimes we could do it, and we saw videos from our rivals and analyze them and try to uh, to see what is the way to beat them. And well, this is the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, obviously you have a lot of resources being all PE teachers who know how to analyze game, how to methodically teach stuff to people and teach the tactics as well. And yeah, it absolutely shows. So last question for me is, where do you see the teams in Limerick? What are the goals for Limerick? You said for the men's team to come top six or beat one of those top six nations. So for each individual team, men's, mixed, and female, what is the goal for Spain for this Euros?
Well, our reach could be to reach the final.
Mm-hmm.
For the mixed team, it was a dream because it's very difficult. But to be in the with the four better teams of Europe, it's a privilege. It's not easy because the other teams, fifth, sixth, for low of us, they are very good teams. So it's not easy, but we could dream with to play a final. But I'm positive, but I think it's not very it's not easy because there are a good selection, good teams, and every year could be a surprise. Every team could improve a lot, and it's not easy. So mixed team, of course, is our best team, I think. For cloth men, uh, where I played them in this team, I'm the captain of this team. And for me, I the goal could be to beat a good selection, one of the 6, 8 better selection that they are up us, and for first time to be from the 10 first position.
Mhm.
Okay, and for the female women team in cloth, I think they are doing things well. We have a lot of young people that they are improving a lot, and the goal could be the same, to be between the 10 position, the 10 first position. Okay, and we have, of course, three foam teams for first time. The first time was in Worlds,
Mhm.
but we didn't have female foam team. And in Limerick, we have to be the 16, three cloth and three foam. So, foam balls, the foam competition in Europe, for me, it's a surprise. I didn't know a good country could do it well. I I said I think that Italy, it's, or I don't know, Norwegian or Sweden, some Nordic country could play, but I thought that other countries, they didn't play like us in the last 2 years. So the mixed one team, we have a very good team, young people that they have been playing Dodgeball for a lot of time, a lot of years. Well, who knows? Maybe to be the fifth best teams would be the goal, our reach. For the female foam balls is their first competition, so the goal could be to be mm, to reach a medal. It would be a dream. There will be only 16 female foam 6 teams. So in a years later, could be a category that Spain could uh, to guess. Maybe I think, and I positive with this in FWAM, female, men, and mixed FWAM. Spain could be between the best countries of European FWAM dodgeball.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. You have a lot of foam history and lots of young people playing, so that is definitely something that will help to adapt to that game. So it's just more balls, basically. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how the foam competition at this year's Euros is going to turn out and what the nations will bring and what they have learned from the nations that attended the World Championships. So I think the competition is going to be really good at this point. So really last question now is I ask it of Spinek for the cloth male division, and since Spain came in fourth last Euros in the mixed division, what is your prediction for the top 5 spots this year at Euros for the mixed division? Like rank them from 5 to first, and where do you see Spain in there?
Well, it's not easy. It's well, I try to do it well. We have to beat something between you and me. We have
We can.
to
We
beat
can definitely bet something. I'm up for that always.
two beer.
Huh, 2
Okay,
beer it
well,
is.
two beers.
So
Two
either
beer
I'm
for
set it for the
every.
after party, or I'll have to buy you 2 beers. And I still get 4 from Ryan if he's coming. He's not coming probably. Okay, so we bet for 2 beers the prediction. So what is your
Okay,
prediction?
oh, let's go. Fifth position to Francia.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth position, England.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth position from Spain.
Nice.
Second position, Northern Ireland. And first, I fan of Austria dodgeball, so you won all of categories including worlds, and Austria dodgeball team I think now is the best, so maybe you could win. I think so.
Okay, I will take that prediction. I love that you put yourself third that is the right confidence, and who sees whom you're playing in the semifinals. So I think I really like that prediction. And obviously, it's going to depend on who is going to be in the semifinals against whom. But I think those are definitely 5 nations that might be up there. So I don't know if I'm going to put my prediction in just yet, but I think I might switch. I think France is definitely a good bet, but I think Sweden is going to be really strong as well this year. So I think I'll swap France for Sweden. And other than that, I think I would agree. As long as we come in first, I'll take Northern Ireland as our final opponent, and then I hope we play against you in the semifinals and we beat you closely in a good game, and then you go on to beat England. So I'll take the same order and just swap out France for Sweden. So it's going to be easy for the bet as well. So it's going to be either France or Sweden. Then we know who has to order the beers, and if it's someone else, like a different nation, we'll share one beer at least.
Okay, it's true. France in mixed team, that they don't play in the both men and mix, and they usually do it men and a strong men team. So maybe the mixed team is not as good as Sweden team. Maybe are you right? Sweden is
Okay.
very good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very
I
good team.
honestly don't know how they will do it this time. If they have player who play double for the France team, I will talk to them and find out that information. But at least we don't know at this point. So Sweden or France, it's gonna be a good bet either way. All right, Roberto.
Very good.
Thank you. It was really good
Well,
talking to you. I think it's quite an interesting history you have in Spain, and obviously now it makes sense why the Spanish team is so good and adapted so fast to the international scene. And I'm really looking forward. I really hope we get to play each other in men's or mixed. I don't care, or both, because at least I don't know. Have you ever played against Austria?
in the Central European Championship, I think yes. Not against you. I didn't. I don't play against you. Lucky for me or for you, I don't know. But it's in the Central, in the Lausanne tournament, I think.
Okay.
But you did three Austrian teams,
Yeah.
different teams. I think we didn't play against the best Austria.
Okay. So, okay, let's see if we can change that this year. That would be definitely something on my bucket list to play against Spain this year. So I hope it comes into fruition. And until then, thank you for being here, Roberto. We're gonna have a drink after the last sets are played in Limerick. And so with this, keep throwing those balls, try not to get caught, and take care, everyone.